I want to ask you about. We have talked to a lot of comedians we've spoken to. We spoke to recently Lulu Popper, Darryl O'Brien, Russell Howard, and one of the reasons we talked and sort of got chatting over a beer all those years ago, and I've been banging on about the idea of trying stand up for years and never done it. And part of it's because I'm lazy, part of it's because I guess I'm scared. I've just never bothered to do it. And Will's similar, right? We had this conversation. Yeah. You've always toyed with the idea, and neither of us have ever done it.
You look a lot more scared than him when this conversation.
No, because it's one of them things, I
feel like I want to do it.
It's a difficult thing if you're an actor and you just suddenly go, well, I'll do a bit of comedy. You just worry that the comedians who have fucking slogged their way just don't. I don't think you're going to come in and just because you got a profile, jump straight into the comedy store.
Well, if we walked on stage now,
so it's just like us, you feel a bit like,
and people know you, and people know what you've been in, and So it's not easy. It's actually easy. Easy being unknown.
Yeah, you kind of almost don't want to walk on and be like...
Because if you have a bad one, you can just slip into the night and you're gone. And then you go and lick your wounds and learn from it. It's harder if you've got a name.
Specifically, what's your question? And I'll do my best to answer.
Well, I've asked all the comedians this. Like, I guess we met when you were very, very early on in your career and it was a big open spot. It wouldn't have been your first ever gig, but I guess your first ever gig, you're not absolutely shitting it about bombing. And follow-up question, what's your worst... When have you died the worst? You must have absolutely bombed.
So first gig, I was definitely very, very nervous, but we've covered it on Have a Word before. I did a gig in a nightclub in Liverpool, which is not there anymore, called Envy. There was 32 people there. 28 of them were my friends. 2 of them were Hungarian tourists who literally just got dragged in off the street and didn't know what the fuck was happening. And 2 of them were the only 2 people who would have been there if there wasn't a trip from Hungary and my friends in the room.
Right.
The gig went in my head well. I can't watch it back anymore because it's abysmal.
Right.
And the stand-up is really, really bad.
You were 18. I was 20. You're not even aware of damage that could be done. You're like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
It's a very different deal
at that age, really.
than when you're in your 30s or 40s. You've got more pride, I suppose.
Just you get scared as you get older. I think about a lot of things, but like this kind of thing, this is one. I think I worry that because we've been talking vaguely for our podcast about the idea of maybe trying and stand up as a kind of Will versus Ralph thing. But
we would love to be involved in that show
that
if you'd like.
Me. I'd rather do a skydive.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? But it's one of them. I think it's, as far as I'm concerned, I've been writing stuff down, stuff that makes me laugh, and I think, well, if I find it funny, then hopefully other people will, but that's not the case.
But if you're at that stage, though, so I'll answer the death question in a minute. If you're at that stage, you're going to do it. This doesn't go away.
Hang on.
This itch does not go away.
I've got reams of notes on my phone that I've been taking for 20 years. This
should be our second crossover.
Why don't you both take a comic and help each other, and then they can help you?
I mean, do you know any good ones?
Hey, he knows Dara O'Brien.
I might have, it's a crossover. I might ask Dara.
So here's the thing. If you announce now, I'm going to do stand-up, so it's a complicated question because stand-up as an art form, for lack of a better term, is so delicate and so it takes a long time to get truly good at it. But you get away with a lack of the intricacies of the skills.
Polish.
Yeah. When the audience already like you. Now, if you guys are sort of so famous that most club audiences in the UK, if you walked on, would be like, oh, it's that guy from that thing. So you'll get that off them. I would not advise either of you to go to comedy clubs, like weekend comedy clubs, because they might book you because they'd be like, well, they're going to sell tickets.
Yeah, you'd get an extra 2 minutes from the crowd.
But a weekend full of
an unknown guy, and then you're on your own.
Yeah. So you don't think we should try and debut at the Comedy Store?
You should. There'll be open mic nights that are not open mic. They're sort of new material nights. So they're like the type of gig that Dara and Russell and even me and Dan would go to go, oh, we're working through material and we can get on.
Yeah.
So like there's a comedy club in Liverpool called Hot Water. They do new material nights on Mondays and Wednesdays and Sundays.
I've just started one in Liverpool on a Tuesday. It's the kind of thing where it's really, really relaxed. It's who's going out to watch comedy on a Tuesday? It's comedy fans, it's podcast fans, it's comedy geeks, not slagging them off, but it's people who really like the stand-up. They're not there for like, fucking Phil's like stag do or
to be fair,
or Tracy's birthday.
As a Will versus Ralph, that's what we got to do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it as a second crossover. We'll do it at your place.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so perfect for it. 80, 90 seats, intimate sound. Tuesday night.
I've just got a bit scared that we've even said that. Like, my heart's pounding now. We've got a tour coming up, a podcast tour. We have no idea what we're going to say.
I love it.
Scared shitless. So
we did our Christmas special live show in Liverpool, and we were planning it in the pub 3 hours before it started.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but we've got 3 weeks of dates. If we even have a good first night, we're like, right, what are we going to do next night?
Yeah, we're conscious of that. We haven't put a tour of the podcast together yet. We're trying to funnel all the touring from this into our solo stand-up tour.
But funny. Like, half of the battle with brand new comics is they don't know which way the audience is, which way they're looking, how to hold a mic. Yeah. They haven't got a performer or the confidence. You've acted. You've done comedy acting. Yeah. You've got so many of the initial ticks. Also, you're not kids who don't know what you're saying. Yeah. You've got an idea of what you like. The rhythm and the confidence and the nerves, they're always the problem. But you'll get over them quicker because funny and performing.
Fancy it?
Well, I watched RuPaul's Drag Race the other day, and I thought, why don't we both see who's the best drag queen?
Okay.
Will versus Ralph.
We can do it on the same night, by the way.
On the same night.
Can we do that at your club? Just a whole different thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of them things, man.
We'll give it some
It's a bucket list thing, isn't it?
It's an interesting idea, isn't it?
If the itch is there, you will scratch it eventually. Yeah. But, yeah, so here's my advice just from experience. Yeah. Because it's not the same thing, but here's what's happening at the minute. There's a sort of revolution going on with how comedians sort of sell tickets and how they get a profile enough. And you've obviously already got a profile to be able to sell these thousands of tickets for tour shows. Stand-up is not the same as just being funny. It just isn't. No. Right?
A lot of people think, I'm funny in the pub with my mates. It's not the same thing.
They're always the worst new acts. Always. What Dan's saying about you guys is...
No, don't worry, you're not funny. You're good.
Yous have worked to a professional level of comedy in TV, which gives you an advantage. But here's what happens now. So there's a lot of like selfie video comedians. That's what I call them. So like, and they start with like videos going viral on Facebook and YouTube. There's one exception to this rule that I'm about to say, which is Mo Gilligan. So Mo Gilligan was already a stand-up, and he started doing this and blew up, and he's now one of the biggest names in British comedy. There's a lot of them who do that, and then they get on stage because they then get an agent, and the agent goes, the only way we can truly monetize this is for you to do a stand-up tour. And there's been a lot of them that get cancelled after 2 or 3 dates. Really? Because they're getting millions of views in their bedroom pretending to be, I'm me, and now I'm my girlfriend because my hair's a bit different. And then they go on tour in front of people who've paid 20 quid and had to get a babysitter and park the fucking car and go for a meal. And it's a date night, and it's all the stress that goes into going on a night out.
Venues are getting complaints from the people who bought tickets going, what was
just
that?
FYI, this is not making us feel any more happy about our upcoming tour. People have paid money, got a babysitter. Oh, shit.
No, but
he'll sing Mustang Sally, it'll be fine.
You guys are doing something that the listeners they've already bought into. You're going to be doing a podcast on stage, I assume. Like, these people are going from selfie videos to trying to do stand-up. And in a live room, watching a stand-up comic, it's so instant. What's interesting for me, I've got a couple of jokes in my new tour show that at the minute, they get a 7 out of 10 laugh. And I would normally kill them. I'd normally get rid of them and be like, they're not good enough. I need to get better jokes for whatever. They're staying in because I know when this eventually goes online, they'll be the jokes that do the best online because people have another 30 seconds to think about it. It's the instant, you've got to make them laugh within half a second of saying whatever you say. And that's what these influencer selfie video comedians are just not accustomed to doing.
When you've done your live shows, you did one, I know you did one live podcast on stage. Did you just sit down and do what you do here, just sitting down and chewing the fat, or did you
stand up in the first half? We've done 4 proper live shows, haven't we?
2 at Hot Water, 1 at Content in Liverpool, and 1 at the Underbelly Festival.
Because what we want to do, because of what you just said about people are paying, like we could just turn up and we could just sit and do our podcast, and maybe get a guest or whatever. We could. But if people have paid some, like you've got to step it up. You've got to give something a bit more. You can't just ask people to come and go, just pay some money to watch us with their eyes.
We want them to be a part of it, I think.
Yeah, I think we want audience interaction and stuff. Might be the generation game.
I have a tattoo of a pig on my arse.
Right.
To top off a pod show.
If anything.
So
that photo on the wall up there is Brennan Reese getting his arsehole waxed at the end of the live show in 2000.
And a year later, in reference to a joke, a story I told on the pod. I got my first ever tattoo at 40 years old on a live stream in front of 3,000 people.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, you do need to bring a little bit of... It's not just sit down and sit... Yeah, it's a live show.
So welcome, everyone. Same old shit. Here we go. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, but they also want that too. They come in to watch your podcast.
Well, yeah, we've got a screen and stuff so we can show clips. We've got a bit of audience interaction. You know, we've got a few things that will just take it on a different route.
The big challenge is going to be stopping Will singing. That's going to be the real, because he can sing, but my God, he can't wait. That's the thing. Be like, not yet, not yet, easy. Wait till the end.
Are you going to sing at every show?
I mean, you can't
it's the first I fucking heard of it.
You can't, bollocks. You can't stop it. It's been amazing that he's not sat here going, Mustang Sally, because
it's a running gag that he said all the way through the
It's
pods.
true, though. How often do you get paid to sing Mustang?
Listen, at gigs, if they want me to sing, I'll sing. You know what I mean?
Mustang Sally.
And if they don't,
well, he sang Delilah.
Everyone's got a song they can sing when they're
Place
pissed.
Your Hands you've got.
Place Your Hands by Reef. Play
my
that funky
walk-on
music,
song,
white boy.
always has been.
Really?
Play that
Place
funky
Your Hands
music,
by
white boy.
Reef.
Can you say that nowadays? Play that funky music, white boy. I'm surprised that's not been
Funky, I think
cancelled.
As a white boy, I find it really offensive.
I find it very offensive.
You sang Tom Jones as well on Pint.
Oh, God, yeah, I did, yeah.
We know so much more about the show.
Can I
than
get
you
a
do.
blowjob on 2 pints?
Yeah, can I get a blowjob? I did that on...
How do you?
I did that on a Valentine's Day message, do you know you do these messages for people on Memo and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And it was a Valentine's message and all that, and it was...
I get asked to do the biscuit wrap quite a lot.
But I didn't ask me, I just said, what you need to do is walk in the bedroom and just go, I want a blowjob, how are you? And just see what happens. Happy Valentine's Day.
I told you he'd sing, by the way. I told you. Nobody asked him to.
You goaded him into it, to be fair.